Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello. Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh, we're streaming on a Tuesday. Wow.
Tuesday.
All right. Why are we streaming on a Tuesday, Brad? Tell the fine folks in the chat why we are streaming on a Tuesday, which we don't normally do.
We are building a PC for UFC fighter Mike Beast Boy Davis.
So Mike Davis is getting a PC from us. We're building it on stream today. This is a sponsored deal. Mike is a AlexanderPCs brand ambassador as well as a Corsair brand ambassador. So Corsair is very helpfully providing many of the components for Mike's build today. And then we're providing the rest. So this is a special custom build that's just for Mike. And Mike has been very patient, waiting for his new PC build. Things there, Justin at Corsair was out on paternity leave, and then at Computex, and so this has been a long time coming, which is why we're doing it on a Tuesday, because we don't want to keep Mike waiting anymore than he's already been waiting, because he's been waiting for this machine for a long time. And yeah, so let's get it up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Jimmy is asking, is there a PC giveaway today?
No, probably not.
Cool.
Probably not today.
Kind of what I figured.
I don't know. Do you guys want to do the PC giveaway today? Do you want to do the PC giveaway today, Brad?
We could.
We could. I mean, we could. We could do the PC giveaway today. I guess. Suppose we could do that. Do you wanna do that? You wanna do the wheel and all that stuff?
Let's
Or do you want to save it for tomorrow? I don't know.
Maybe let's have a viewer goal on Beam.
A viewer goal on Beam?
Yeah, if we
Okay.
get 20 people.
If we get to 20 people on Beam, we'll open up the spins to win the free PC. If we get to, I don't know, let's see. If we get to, I don't know, let's set a crazy goal, like 100 people on Beam.
100 people?
We'll for sure, we'll spin until someone wins.
Somebody wins? Okay.
We'll spin until we have a winner if we get to 100 concurrent viewers on Beam.
That works.
How about that?
Spread it around, guys.
Cash me outside. How about that? So we're streaming today, an unscheduled stream, an impromptu. Some might say an impromptu stream. I just say it's an extra stream. It's an extra stream, Brad. It's a bonus stream. Let's think of it as a bonus stream.
A bonus stream?
Yeah, bonus stream. You know, people get more Brad. It's like more cowbell, more Brad. You can never have too much Brad, right?
Exactly.
Impossible. Impossible. It's impossible to have too much bread. Can't. Cannot do it. Cannot have too much bread. Alright. I was feeling like maybe I didn't get all that plastic off. There we go. I was feeling like I didn't get all the plastic off, Brad.
Oh, yeah?
So I didn't get all the plastic off. Yeah. My feeling, my gut instinct on not getting all the plastic off is proven to be correct. That's all I need is Mike Davis to finally get his new PC. And then there's a piece of plastic stuck on it, and Mike Davis is like, WTF. So,
What's up?
all right.
What's up? What's up, Mike?
Oh, Mike is in the chat.
Here.
What's up?
Oh, it's not impossible to get 100. We've had over 100 people before.
Impossible. No, it's not impossible.
Share it, everybody.
Share the links. I'll be like Alex Jones.
Yeah,
Spread the links, everybody. Spread the links to all our friends, tell our parents. We're going live right now. It's the New World Order trying to take over and build a PC for Mike Davis. The globalists. The globalists are trying to kill everyone right after they build Mike's PC.
Pretty good, Alex Jones.
That is pretty good.
Like that? That's pretty good. So the CPU for Mike's build is an AMD. You know what AMD means, Brad? You know this. Advanced micro devices. Yeah. AMD. Advanced micro devices. Today it's an advanced Mike Davis. Advanced Mike Davis device. Alright, so the motherboard for Mike's machine. Somebody say something funny.
The AMDD.
The AMD's not. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. I can't not say it. You know how I am. I never miss an opportunity. I never miss an opportunity
To strike out at the globalists.
We're having a good time today. All right, so the motherboard for Mike's build is an MSI M. Is this an MAG or an MPG? This is an MPG. You got your MAG, then you got your MPG. Yeah, this is an MP. No, yeah, MPG. MSI has like tiers. Their stuff. So you have your MAG stuff, which is your MSI Arsenal Gaming. That's what that means. So, like the Tomahawk boards.
Yeah.
Tomahawk board, MAG, it's MSI Arsenal Gaming. And that's like their, you know, premium, but their first tier of like their high performance gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Then this is an MAG, or no, MPG. So MPG, which is MSI Performance Gaming, that's the next tier up. So this board is better than like an X870D Tomahawk or what have you.
Yeah.
Now, it's not the godlike, but it's, you know, it's the the MPG. So this is like the mid tier of the upper tier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The mid tier of the upper tier. All right, so let's talk about how we socket a CPU. Because I try to do a better job of like narrating what I'm doing. That's my goal for today's stream, Brad.
All right.
Is I'm gonna narrate what I'm doing.
So that the fine folks at home who are battling against the globalists know how to socket a CPU.
We are on top camp.
Are we? All right,
Yes.
cool. So if you look very closely at this microprocessor, being very technical.
Yep.
If you look at this microprocessor, you'll see that on the underside of this thing is an arrow, right? And it's also on the top side. This is the side with the IHS, so that's the integrated heat spreader, and that's what's going to help us spread the heat, right? So that the chip doesn't cook. And you'll see that little arrow, which as you're looking at it from the top view, as you socket the processor on an AMD Zen 5 CPU, no, Zen 4 socket AM5.
Yep.
I got my Zens and my sockets messed up. You'll see on the motherboard there's an arrow also, so that you want to orient so that the arrows match when you socket your CPU. So yeah, they do that for, you know, orientation. You know, talk about orientations today, Brad. CPU orientations. My CPU is oriented in the correct orientation. All right. So now our CPU is socketed. For the drive, we have a 4 terabyte Corsair MP700 Pro. This is a Gen 5 drive, Bradsky. Gen 5.
What are the speeds on that thing?
This is a 12,400 sequential read. So yeah, it's a fast boy. Fast boy. And 4 terabytes. It's huge. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Huge. Not the size. Type of storage it is. It is the size. Size and speed. My nickname in high school. Size and speed. Just kidding. I won't tell you guys my real nickname in high school. Alright, so we're gonna slot this. This is the correct. Not all of the slots on the board are Gen 5 slots either, by the way. So if you're gonna use a Gen 5 drive and you're gonna socket it into a Gen 4 slot on the board, it'll work, but it'll only run at Gen 4 speeds.
Yep.
Which candidly are still super fast. You probably won't notice any difference. But technically, Brad, technically, it needs to go into the Gen 5 socket. M.2 slot. So make sure you remove this little plastic covering because you don't want to melt the, you know, get the plastic. Because these little guys can get hot. These Gen 5 drives, they get a little toasty, bro.
Do they?
Yeah,
That
they
makes
do.
sense.
Yeah, you get a little toasty. Get a little toasty, bro. So you gotta remove the little plastic that they use to keep all the dust and debris from getting stuck on the thermal tape. Or excuse me, the thermal interface material. Thermal tape. I do like the way MSI does their M.2 slots. So you just kind of angle this guy in here. I'll do that again. So you just kind of angle. There's like, you can see there's a notch there. Notch. Look at my notch. So you just line up the notch with the notch on the board, slot that baby in, and then MSI has it where it's like really handy, where you just press down and then this little retention clip activates, and boom, slot it in. Look how secure it is. It's a nifty little mechanism, I have to say. Much smarter than previous generations of motherboard. Gotta tell you. Where you had to like screw the stand off there
Yep.
and take the little retention screw or whatever. This is just, I mean,
I
this is
feel like half the time I've never gotten the screws. I was
yeah,
having
this
to go buy
is
somewhere.
idiot proof, bro. This is idiot proof. As proof, an idiot just did it. Like, you know. Here we go. All right. What we got? This is a Hey, Angel Munoz, CEO of Beam.
Beam.
Just started watching. This is an unscheduled stream, or a quickly scheduled stream. All right, so I'm gonna put the. Look at that, man! Everything just like clips right into place, and it's nice. It's just like
Yeah, the quick release.
yeah. I it's boom. You can like audibly hear it click. Then you can hear it click. Like, look how secure that is. Nice. All right. So now, where's the memory? What did you do with the memory, Brad? Yeah, there it is. There it is. I got it. Got him. Found him. So for the memory for Mike's build, we got 64 gigs. Corsair Vengeance RGB, DDR5 6000. I believe this is CL30. Yeah, CL30.
Yep.
And you see how it says memory for AMD? That means that these DIMMs, which is a memory module, these memory modules come preloaded with AMD's Expo overclocking profiles. You're going to use an AMD CPU. You must buy and use AMD Expo memory. You will not be able to overclock the memory. If you're buying Intel's XMP memory, you will have stability problems with an AMD CPU. You will. AMD CPUs are notoriously finicky. If you do not have the right stuff, promise you, it will not work. It will frustrate you. You will have blue screens of destruction, and your stuff won't work. All right. There I am, not narrating what I'm actually doing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna peel the little stickies off the memory modules. All right. So when you're gonna socket memory into a motherboard, some motherboards, they have these retention clips, right? Some motherboards only have them on one side. This motherboard has them on both sides. The overwhelming majority of the time, you're going to be putting a dual channel memory kit into slots 2 and 4, not 1 and 3, but 2 and 4. Why? I don't know. It's the way it is.
Yep.
I don't know who decided. They never asked me. But it's been that way for 20 years, at least. I think. They used to be able to get boards that were different, but
Now you just can't anymore. The globalists took over.
So, there's a notch in memory. So what you want to do is you want to line up the notch on the memory module with the notch on the motherboard, and then you want to. And this is probably the most important thing about slotting memory in, is when you press it down to seat it. See, you shouldn't have to go back and like close the clips. The clips should close on their own, like they just did, because I just did it right. And you want to push straight down, straight up and down. Don't push sideways, because that's how you bust slot off and ruin your motherboard like a dumbass.
Don't do it. I know you're gonna break your motherboard.
The rolling is not starting yet, guys. We're at 13 viewers on Beam.
Rolling. Let me get them memory sticks.
People need to move over to Beam.
Those memory sticks.
We're getting close. We're at 17 now.
17?
Yep.
18, baby. We need 18. Remember that song from Skid Row, 18 in Life? Remember that? Are you old enough?
I don't think so.
18 in Life. Yeah. Alright. Whatever. Leave me alone, Brad. No one else listens to Skid Row? It's like an 80s hair band, Skid Row.
Yeah, no.
No, you never heard of Skid Row?
I thought it was I was thinking maybe it was old school rap.
Help me out, Chip. Old school rap. That doesn't. Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Shit.
Sounds kind of like that.
Like NWA or something
Yeah.
like that. Skid Row. Skid Row. I'd say that we could like play their song, but we'll probably get like a copyright strike or something.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's an old band. Where are they playing?
Skid Row was awesome.
They might be playing at like fairs or something now. Dude, you know the Gin Blossoms are still touring?
I don't know if I.
The Gin Blossoms, bro. You never heard of the Gin Blossoms?
I mean,
You're
I probably.
Rat's fired. Rat's fired. Rat doesn't work at AlexanderPCs anymore. You never heard of the Gin Blossoms.
Let's see.
You ever heard of the Gin Blossoms, Brad? Really? Alright. Maybe I'm just that old.
A lot of 90s music I know by sound, but I don't know by name.
Like, who sings it.
Yeah.
I'm like that with modern music.
Yeah.
What's that band? You're like, Skrillex? I know I've heard that song. Alright. Hi, cutie pie. So talking to you, Brad. Oh, Brad's a cutie pie. I know they're not talking to me.
Monolith said Skid Row is awesome.
Skid Row is awesome. That was like, you remember when MTV used to play music? I know you gotta go way back in the archives for that. But
Yeah.
so back in the 90s, Brad, there was this channel on TV called MTV, and it meant music television. They actually played music on MTV. Crazy. It was crazy. When they played music on music television, you gotta go way back for that. Way back. But they did do it. They did actually do it. Wild. Wild, I tell you.
Right?
And they had these music videos. And they would play the song, and there would be like a little movie. Call it like a reel. It was like a short. It's like a YouTube short that went with the song.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Skid Row used to be on like the countdown. Wow. Yeah. Alright. So this is the little puck. This is the IQ Link controller. I'm gonna set that aside. We don't want Mike to get his PC and then not be able to turn the lights on. That wouldn't be very good.
No.
Mike would probably be like, WTF. What are you guys doing? Watch the first day of broadcast of MTV and they were all music videos. Yeah, baby.
When did MTV come out? That was like
I don't know.
90s, right?
Angel might know. You know, the first music video I think was Dire Straits, "Money for Nothing." Somebody fact check me on that, but if somebody in chat fact check me on Dire Straits, "Money for Nothing," I think was like the first music video. It was either the first music video or the first animated music video. I can't remember which. Either way, I love that song. Dire Straits is an underrated band in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Dire Straits is an underrated band. There's a lot of like Led Zeppelin, great band, but they're overrated, in my opinion. I just said Led Zeppelin's overrated. Fight me. I didn't say they suck. I said they're overrated. They're good. It's a great band. You can be a great band and be overrated, like Led Zeppelin.
And YouTube.
You know, U2 is way overrated. Yeah. 1981. 1981, Mr. Rich says. 5 years before I was on this earth. All right. Thanks for rubbing it in that you're younger than me, dick. 81 was my birth year. I was born in 81. I was born in 1981. 81. Look at all these IQ controller cables and stuff.
What's up, Overtone?
All right, I got all these IQ controller cables and stuff. And then what did I do, Radsky? Where did I put the AMD? What did I do with that? No, that's the other one. Let's see if it's screws. The radiator. Oh, I did take it out. I'm going. I know I took that thing. Yeah, look at me like losing my mind, bro. I'm like, I know I took that thing out. Okay. Now, let's see. Overtone singer. How are we doing today? We're doing good, man. I was 11 when you were born. Yeah, well, I was already born when you were 11, so you know that. Yeah. Yeah. I was already born when you were 11. Put that in. Probably could smoke it, young guy. Millennials forever. I'm not a millennial. Am I a millennial? What's the cutoff for millennials? I think I am a millennial, right? Is it 80?
I think 80.
I think I consider myself a zennial. An XENNIAL. I'm a zennial. I was born in that like narrow window where like we didn't have phones and stuff. You know?
Yep.
That makes sense, dude. I mean, I'm basically like the master race as far as age. Because I like didn't grow up with the technology, but the technology happened while I was still young enough that it like was intuitive. And then everyone that came after my little micro generation is like just completely technology dependent. And they don't know how to do basic stuff like patch drywall or change a tire or whatever. So basically, like we're like the PC master race of people when it comes to like that age.
Yeah, millennials 81 to 96.
81 to 96. So I am by 3 months or whatever a millennial. I disavow my status as a millennial.
Want to be one of us?
No, I'm gonna opt out. Opting out of millennial status, actually. Opting out of millennial status, Brad. Sorry. Don't want to be one of you. I'm a zennial. I'm rewriting the rules. Rewriting the rules. Yeah, the master race. Somebody could clip that. That'd be way out of context.
Yeah.
Although, PC master race is a huge account. They never
Yeah.
Get, like, they never get, whatever. Yeah, if you're an actual racist, just leave the chat. If you think jokes are funny, then you can stay. But, master generation. How about that? The master generation. I like that. We'll correct my words. PC master race. I love that account. I met him at CES.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's very, very like plugged into everything that's going on. He follows us on Twitter. I think he's DM'd us a few times with like questions about posts and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah.
very like very plugged in to like what's going on with system builders and stuff. I imagine that he does. I think he's a full-time content creator. I don't know that. Certainly the reach of his accounts are big enough that he certainly could be if he chose to. Those are like huge accounts. They're big on like every platform too. They're big on Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
Twitter X, whatever. All right, I need to narrate what I'm doing again. Here I go again, not telling the fine people in the chat what I'm doing. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this thermal surface purifier and I'm cleaning the factory thermal paste off of the cold plate of this CPU cooler. Because we're going to put some aftermarket thermal paste on there for Mike Davis for performance and stuff. Yeah. For the performance. All right, so okay, got that going. Later, remind me where I put that when I ask you. When I go, Brad, where did I put that hockey puck thing? All right. So we're good with the motherboard assembly for the time being. I'll set these little.
Angel said the most advanced piece of technology I had as a child was an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yes, see? And look at him now, CEO of Beam,
Yeah.
right? Not bad for a mature citizen. Actually, Angel's more tech savvy than nearly anyone I've seen. Like the way he uses AI assistants for everything and whatever. Like, my grandpa was like that. My grandpa was way into tech. My grandpa loved like computers and tech stuff. I think age is a mentality to some degree. I mean, at a certain point, your body breaks down and whatever, but a lot of it is a mentality. let's see. I feel like I put in 100 hours a week on Bing. Mike, Brad, and I were talking yesterday about MMA, mixed martial arts, UFC stuff. And I was telling Brad, we were talking about like how MMA has evolved over the time that I've been watching it. Because I've literally been watching MMA since like UFC 1, that long. I have actually been a fan for that long. And I have, you know, friends that are active in MMA or whatever. So Brad and I were talking about like how it has changed over the years. And one of the things that like, so if you go back to like UFC 1, where Hoist Gracie, there were no weight classes, anything. And Hoist Gracie's like not that big of a guy. I mean, he's bigger than me. And he's obviously like fit and strong and whatever, but he's not like a big guy. You know, I think he's like 6 foot, 6'1", buck 90.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 200 pounds maybe. And he was like just murking everybody. Like UFC 1, UFC 2, whatever. Because nobody knew like what he was doing. Nobody knew jiu-jitsu right.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, you can't like you get into stuff like some dude, you know, now like so many people train, so many people, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be messing with some rando that's like, you know, trained to beat your ass. You know, like, cause you know, there's like MMA gyms and jiu-jitsu gyms, like you know, that's the thing about it. But you know, Hoist Gracie was like rolling everybody back in the day. He's doing stuff like nobody had ever seen. They didn't know how to like defend an armbar or whatever. Now, to have any kind of like a high level MMA career, you got to be like reasonably proficient, and I would say like 4 probably disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you got to know wrestling. You got to be able to wrestle. And you got to be able to like fence wrestle a little bit. So you got to know wrestling. You got to know jiu-jitsu, or at least how to defend jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can't defend like an armbar or whatever, like
There's
you
no
know.
screws on the back.
Is that what it is?
Or maybe the hinge?
Yeah, this hinge I think is supposed to lift off. I was thinking this screw would come out when this hinge would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know why that screw isn't coming out. It's gonna be really, really hard to build this thing. With the door up. You know what? Maybe I'll take these screws out. This will work the same. So, anyway, so you gotta know wrestling. You gotta know jiu-jitsu. You gotta know boxing. You know what I mean? You gotta know boxing. And then you gotta know some kind of like, you know, kicking or knee-based like striking. Like, you gotta know some like Muay Thai or, you know, whatever. So you gotta be, you know, you're gonna end up in a Thai clinch or whatever. You're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So like nowadays, you gotta know. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you have to be a black belt in every discipline. You gotta know like 3-4 different martial arts just to have any chance to compete in MMA now. And that just wasn't true. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, Hoist Gracie, I don't think he know. Like, you know, I'm not saying like, but he was never like an interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary fighter. He's jiu-jitsu. I'm not saying he didn't like know how to fight.
Yeah.
You know, and there's guys that obviously do stuff. They have, you know, one thing that's like their primary skill set. Khabib, you know, obviously like a wrestler. But Khabib did stuff like, you know, it wasn't like he did anything nobody had ever seen before. He just did it at a level you couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm going to break you. Like, okay, you know, stop me if you can, but nobody could. Right? So anyway, Brad and I were talking about that. I think it's just harder to have your MMA now than it used to be. Okay. Alrighty.
Thanks for the follow, Pepper.
All right. Brad, I got a question.
Yes.
These fans came pre-installed in the case. I'm wondering if we gotta flip them around and make them intake, or are they reverse blade fans? I don't know. This is like another one of these streams where we're building in a case that I've never built in before. I love doing that. I'm a learn on the job kind of guy, Brad.
The globalists in the New World Order wanted me to learn.
On the fly. Where's the hardware bag? Did you take it out? Oh no, it's in here. Look at that. That's nice. It's kind of a slick little thing. Are these reverse blade fans? It might be. I don't know. We'll have to test it.
I can never tell.
We'll test it. Test. Alright. Now. Man, oh man, oh man. That's clever. Like that.
That's kind of nice.
That's clever. Good job, Corsair. Yeah. So I'm building a PC in a case I've never built a PC in before. Good job, I know what I'm doing. We'll see. Mike will fill everyone in on how I did when he gets the PC in a couple days. We'll ship it tomorrow. We'll test it tonight, ship it tomorrow. And Mike will probably have it. Mike's in Florida, so it'll ship Wednesday. Mike will probably get it Friday. So you'll probably get this PC will probably be to you, Mike, on Friday. And if it's not, blame FedEx, because we're gonna ship it tomorrow. All right, we'll test it. We'll test everything out all nice. Get all giddy. Get all giddy about everything. All right. I do. That's the other thing MSI does. They actually like stash the little.
Oh, they hide one?
Yeah, they hide one. They hide one under the
floorboards.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Nope, not those. We're going. Alright, this is IQ stuff. This has to go over here with the rest of the IQ. These are fan screws. I'll take some of these. Alright. Take some of these zip ties. Alright. I think I'm ready, bro. I think I'm ready to secure the motherboard to the case. It's gonna be a long stream today. It's gonna be a long stream today, Brad. Sorry, buddy.
Angel says he just sent you an email.
Okay. Should we read the email?
Yeah.
Should we read the email on stream? Angel, should we read your email on stream? Or is it an impolite email? No. Angel wouldn't do that. I feel like if Angel was mad at me, he would call me. I feel like he would call me. Be like, listen, the globalists are trying to...
Yeah.
The New World Order is trying to take over Beam.
Beam is the New World Order, man. Did we get to 20?
We have not gotten to 20 yet.
We haven't gotten to 20 yet? Come on, Beam.
And Angel said, nope, all caps. With this by the case.
Don't read it. Okay, don't read it. Don't read it on the air then. Alright. Does that mean it's a bad
Oh,
email?
wait, he was saying, he said that you can if you want.
Oh. I just think Angel would call me if he was mad at me. Uh-oh. My wife is texting me. Womp womp.
It's the Beam viewers that we're going off of.
Oh.
not total viewers.
Beam.
Total viewers is across all of our streaming.
Yeah, the beam. Beam is the
But we need the beam viewers.
beam viewers, baby. Full disclosure, we are investors in Beam. I am an investor in Beam.
I also have it, the beam viewers up on screen too,
Bing!
so you guys can see.
Yeah, if you guys are not on Beam, what are you waiting for? Get on Beam. Get on Beam. All right. Now I deliberately did not put in those last two, because you know what I noticed, Bradsky, is that there's no built-in GPU support bracket. Do you mind grabbing me one from the
Sure.
back? You want
Just
to-
the new ones.
Um,
I know where those are, but I can ask Nick. Where they
you know, grab me one of the Lee and Lee ones. We're gonna use the Lee and Lee GPU support bracket. I'm not gonna build a PC for Mike Davis and not put a GPU support bracket. You know, what kind of person would I be? We put GPU support brackets in all 3-fan GPUs here. All of them. Not just ones for famous people like Mike Davis. Everyone. Everyone gets GPU support. Equal opportunity GPU support brackets. They're not just for famous people. They're for everyone with a 3-fan GPU. Because you don't want your GPU to sag and look crappy. Just a proper way to... There's just a proper way to do things, you know? Just a proper way to do things. So if you don't know what Beam is both a streaming platform and a set of creator tools that allow you to multi-stream to, I believe it's 70 other platforms simultaneously. Not only that, at the same time. So it's both a platform in its own right and a set of tools. Tell them to find people what Beam is, Brad.
Oh yeah,
Tell them in the chat. What is Beam?
beam is awesome.
Beam is everything you need to stream. 75. I said 70. I guess Theodore and the rest of the technical team have been busy adding even more platforms.
Oh yeah, we're at 75 now.
Angel says 75 different platforms now.
Oh hell yeah.
Sheesh. Anti-sag. The good news is, Sherrard, if you didn't put your anti-sag in, it's pretty unlikely to actually matter for performance. Your GPU can sag quite a bit without compromising the actual connection between the GPU and your PCI slot. So even though it doesn't look as cool as it otherwise would if it were perfectly horizontal, probably doesn't matter for performance. But, and this is a big but. I said a big but. This is a big but, Brad. You know, it's just a way to do stuff. Man. It's like the right way. You know? Vertical on a Y70, you won't need a support rack. It's a vertical on a Y70. However, I will say, if you have a 50 series GPU or one of the new Radeon GPUs that are PCIe Gen 5, your riser cable in your Y70 is a PCIe Gen 4. So you will not get the full performance of your GPU in the Y70 unless you change out the riser cable to Gen 5. Just something to think about. Just something to think about there as we, you know, So we battle the globalists. Alright, so what I'm doing now is I'm adding these IQ link connectors into the pins. So I'm gonna, you gotta help me out here, Brad. Yeah, 4080 Super, you're good then. That's a PCIe Gen 4 card. So you'll be fully functional on the Gen 4 riser. Yes, yes. Alright. Sound effects are free. Sound effects are free when I like them. Alright. Now. Alright, so we got our motherboard in. These are going to be our bottom intake fans. That's what I think I'm going to do. And these are not reverse blade. These are not. They're not reverse blade. So these are not reverse blade, which means we got to flip these around, Brad. Yeah. What good is pre-installing the fans, Corsair? Corsair? They actually probably don't need to be intake, but I know from experience that the temps are going to be better in a dual chamber case like this when you flip these side boys around the intake. And I know that because we've tested a lot of stuff here, man. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Bad Barbie, 97. Good day, Bad Barbie, 97. How are you today? Hopefully you are good. Bad. You see what I did there, Brad? It's like Bad Barbie, 97. Alright.
Yeah, Sherrod, you don't need the anti-sag and
yeah, you don't need an anti-sag on a vertical mount, man. We are good. I'm always great, man. Honestly, better than I have any right to be. You know? That's pretty much my daily, because my wife is hot. And I'm kind of like not attractive, so you know, every day is kind of a win like that for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm in the exclusive club of like, you know, a chick that's like way hotter than I had any right to marry. Don't feel bad for me. It's okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Makes the days go by better. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm better than I should be. You know, I'm better than I have any right to be. That's for sure. I don't like that, Brad, the way I just routed that cable. I've never built in this case before, so there's probably going to be some like jacking around with cables, figure out how I want to route it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want them to look good. This is for Mike Davis, man. Mike Davis is a big deal. You want to get it right. Who's Will Smith's character in Bad Boys? Mike Lowry.
Oh yeah, his name is
Bad
Mike.
Boys. Mike Lowry.
Oops.
Yeah, gotta say it like that. Mike Davis. Future UFC lightweight champion of the world. Gonna get that 155 strap. Gonna get the 155 strap. Then that'll be cool. So when Mike Davis wins the UFC 155 title, that'll mean I personally know 2 UFC lightweight champions. And there can't be that many people that know 2 UFC lightweight champions. Can't be that many. I mean, there can't be none. There can't be that many, right?
Right.
That's what I feel about it. All right, so now I got to make sure that I got these lined up the way I want them lined up, Brad. I think I do. Feel good about it. I feel good. Victor, what's up, Victor? Thanks for the follow. Bold Drizzy. Is the ship time on the website still accurate? Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. We are like working a lot to try to cut down on turnaround time. It's a thing. It's a thing around here. We're small. There's not that many of us. And it's hard to build everyone's PCs. There's a lot of PCs. We got a lot of PCs. We got a lot of PCs to build. Even Mike Davis, UFC lightweight, had to wait a long time for his PC. Sorry, Mike. But you're waiting no more. The wait is over. I'm building it literally right now. Say right now. Can I get a Super Troopers? Anyone? Littering in.
I've not seen Super Troopers.
You never saw Super
Yeah, I
Troopers?
haven't seen it.
Brad, I can't talk to you until you watch Super Troopers. You boy like Mexico. There's so many great lines in that movie.
I actually just rewatched Major Payne.
Major Payne. It's a classic. David Wayans. Yeah. Let's see. Monolith. Yes, we are excited to work for Monolith. We try to be awesome, man. We definitely do things the right way. We'll say that. You can't rush us. We're trying to hurry up. But we're only trying to the point where, like, it's not going to screw up the process. Poor Jack. No matter how much I ride Jack, we got to get more PCs out the door. But you can't not do all the stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you still got to do all the tests, all the stress tests. No, you can't stop it 5 minutes early. You know, it's like a 6-hour test. There's nothing wrong with it for the first 5 hours and 55 minutes. You got to let it finish.
Is Mike Davis on Beam? Yes,
Mike
he
Davis is on Beam. It is Mike Davis UFC. Can't rush perfection. I wouldn't know what it's like to be perfect. But my wife is pretty perfect, and she takes forever. So I would say that's probably a fair statement. Can't rush perfection. My wife is pretty perfect, and she definitely takes forever. So I'm going to say fact check true on can't rush perfection. Fact check true. All right. So we've put these bottom fans in, and we've oriented them as intake. Why, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked, Brad. Because it's optimal. Not only that, it's the best way to do it. And I'm such a believer that it's the best way to do it that I'm actually going to flip around these pre-installed fans.
Are
Because
they bank as well, or is it the individual fans?
they are a bank as well.
Oh, they're probably the same.
Yeah,
thing.
they're fake fans. You think I'm going to give Mike Davis a PC with fans that don't match, Brad? Come on. Come on. Come on. Surely you're kidding me, Brad. Think I would build a PC for a celebrity without matching fans? I think Mike's a celebrity, right? What's the technical definition of a celebrity? Are you a celebrity, Mike Davis? I mean he's famous, but does that mean he's a celebrity?
Yeah, it's a good.
I don't know. We know you're famous, Mike, but are you a celebrity? Mike's gonna be like, I've never thought about that, and I don't care. That's the dumbest question anyone's ever asked me. Next. Yes, we want to know, Mike Davis, are you a celebrity? I know Mike a little bit. Mike's probably gonna say, I don't know. I don't care. He said, I don't know. I don't think so. That's our goal. Hashtag make Mike Davis a celebrity. He's famous. All right. So you're famous, but you're not a celebrity. Somebody from ESPN write the headline. Mike Davis says he's not a celebrity. UFC's Mike Davis says, I'm not a celebrity. People keep taking pics with Mike in Germany and Saudi. Too humble. Yeah, Mike is a humble guy. I gotta say that. Mike is also an actual gamer. So, for those of you guys who don't know, I can tell you that as a company that makes gaming PCs, we are frequently approached. Let's say approached. Shall we say approached, Brad?
Yeah.
We are frequently approached by people of some type of profile. I guess we could call them celebrities. At least some of them are celebrities or famous people. Famous people, celebrities, content creators with big platforms, whatever. We're constantly approached by people that want free PCs. Everyone from like, you know, this is like the, I don't know what it is, Brad. There's like something about this modern generation where it's like the shoot your shot generation.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, I'll tell you, if we gave away a gaming PC to everybody that asks gaming PC, we'd be out of business real fast. we'd be out of business real fast in a hurry. Because there is never a shortage of people asking for free stuff. The cool part about that is that we get to be really like picky when we choose who we want to work with. We're very spoiled when it comes to like people that want to do stuff with us. Which honestly it makes me happy. I'm very flattered by that. That, you know, famous people would ask us for free. So I'm gonna probably ask some other people too, but we get to be like super picky.
21. We just said 21.
Let's do it. We get to be picky about who we work with. And we wanted to work with Mike because Mike is an actual gamer. And I've been saying for years and years and years and years and years that no matter how big the company gets, I'm not going to work with people unless they're like actually germane to what we do. You know?
Yep.
Have I been saying that, Brad? I feel like I've been saying that.
Been saying it.
For all the time you've worked here?
Yeah.
Probably. So Mike is an actual real gamer. Because honestly, why build a PC for somebody that's like doesn't get what it is? Really?
Yeah.
Like really, you know? So we work with Mike. We work with Jens Polar, UFC Hall of Famer, the first ever UFC lightweight champion of the world, Jens Polar. Little Evil. Little Evil and the coolest like name. Little Evil's pretty cool name. Mike, why do they call you Beast Boy? Why do they? I think it's because he looks like Beast Boy.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. How did you come by the nickname Beast Boy? Minesweeper. Minesweeper, but in 4K though. I don't. How did Mike get his nickname? Bradsky, where did I put that GPU support rack?
Did you?
Oh, I took it apart. Out of the box. I'm looking at. Where did it go? Dumbass. Yummy. What a dummy.
All right.
For my ability to adapt. So it is based on the cartoon.
Oh, is that what he said?
It said for my ability to adapt.
Okay.
Does he look like Beast Boy? Bring up a picture of Beast Boy. You can put Beast Boy on the screen.
I don't think he looks like Beast Boy.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know, man. I think there's a certain youthfulness to Mike's appearance. me see. Can't see it on my little thing. On my feed. I can't see it on my feed, Brett. Where's my snare? Turn me up in the headphones. Where's my snare?
You did?
You know anything? Beast Boy. Do we think Michael looks like Beast Boy? I don't know. I don't think so. You look like Beast Boy? Maybe? No? I don't know. I've never seen Mike like shit.
Looks exactly like Mike if you think about it. Says Pepper.
I've never seen Mike look like disheveled though. You know?
Yeah.
Never seen Mike look like disheveled.
Alright. Getting names down, starting with Monolith.
Monolith.
Here.
It's a rather monolithic name. Beast Boy. That's a cool nickname. Did you ever have a cool nickname, Brad?
No.
No. I had a cool nickname in the army.
Oh yeah? What was it?
I can't tell you.
Oh.
Man.
Is that not cool to say?
You don't get to like talk about it. I brought it up. I brought it up. I had a cool nickname. I was Captain Hook. Captain Hook.
Captain Hook.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the German name.
And NSFW.
Yeah.
No. It's a story that we're not going to tell on screen. Yeah. Anyway. We're not going to talk about that. I just like pirates.
Oh,
I just, I have a history degree. I like pirates. I've always been a pirate kind of guy, My license plate literally says R.
yeah. Yeah.
It's because I like pirates. All right, we're gonna put the exhaust fan in now. Why, you ask? Because it's time. I should do it like Bruce Buffer, in honor of the UFC. It's time. Let's put in the exhaust fan. I feel like I'm not as exciting as Bruce Buffer. Probably. Well, what are you gonna do? Alright. I may actually, let me see, Brad. I got an unresolved issue. I'm going to see. Oh, okay, cool. So the IQ link I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link this exhaust fan to the fans on the CPU board with a little short link cable. That way I don't have to run a long link cable. See what I'm doing there? Yeah. See? Using my head.
Monolith said, "What's your call?"
My
Or was
call,
it your call?
My call sign. Yes, it was my call sign. My radio call sign too. Captain Hook. Do.
Mr. Rich says, "My nickname in high school was Bulldog. I played defensive lineman."
My nickname in high school. How many times do I say that? Every time I see something funny, or, like quasi-perverted, perpetual 10-year-old, I go, my nickname in high school.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. Like,
Yeah, we are rolling now. We hit 20.
somebody was like, yeah, I got this like Thrustmaster yoke and throttle for my sim rig. And I'm like, Thrustmaster, nickname in high school. Because that's just who I am as a person. Naturally annoying. I'm naturally immature and annoying, right? I don't know if you knew that.
I just remembered a nickname. Yeah. When I played basketball, they would call me Baby Shaq.
Baby Shaq.
Baby Shaq.
Baby Shaq. That's a good nickname. Although anyone would be baby compared to the original Shaq.
Yes.
The OG Shaq. I like Shaq, man.
I love Shaq.
I didn't really. I wasn't like. Wasn't into Shaq that much as a player, but like post basketball Shaq, dude. I think Shaq is. Like I find Shaq to be like one of the more entertaining.
Yep.
Like commentators, whatever you want to call it.
Him and Barkley.
Dude, Shaq and Barkley got like this thing going on where the two of them together. Did you watch the game the other night?
Mm-mm.
So I feel like Indiana got screwed over.
Oh, WNBA? Do they?
No, NBA.
Oh, okay.
WNBA.
Are they still playing?
WNBA?
No, NBA.
Yeah, it's the finals, bro. It's OKC in Indiana.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, which is like why no one's watching. It's OKC in Indiana. Like, the league can't be thrilled about it, you know. I saw that the GOAT himself signed a deal with NBC to do commentary for basketball. Did you see that?
Mike Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Jordan.
Mike
Who
Jordan.
calls him Mike Jordan? What are you talking about, dude?
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis. Mike Davis, Mike Jordan, same thing. You know? He's got goats.
Like Mike.
Goats everywhere. Dude, I used to play that song. I used to play basketball in my driveway and bust that like Mike song on my boombox.
Yeah.
Like Mike. I could be like Mike. Hell yeah, dude. I had a t-shirt. I want to be like Mike.
Yep.
When I was a kid. I feel like probably a lot of people had that t-shirt. Want to be like Mike. Alas. Alas, Brad.
Of course, MJ is GOAT.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes. Who else would it be? I mean, no one else is even in the discussion. We could talk about like who's the second best basketball player of all time. Because there's no question about who the best basketball player of all time is. It's Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Of course. Who else would it even be? No one.
No one.
No one. There's no one worthy of his airness. Now I don't know what I did with that. A little one. A little shorter. Let me just shorter. Alright. What did I do with that thing?
I would reverse that. In my opinion.
What did Pepper say?
LeBron and Kobe 2 and 3.
LeBron? LaFlop?
Yeah.
Les Miserables?
I would say Kobe is probably
Kobe,
Kobe's
baby.
number 2.
Kobe.
Why do you know Michael MJ's middle name?
You know what? Let me ask you a better question. Why do you not know MJ's middle name? Michael Jeffrey Jordan, baby.
Everybody knew about Jordan in Chicago. Like,
Yeah. How do you?
Everybody knew.
Because this is Chicago, baby. How do you not know Michael Jordan's middle name? He's just a country boy from North Carolina,
Used to
baby.
think LeBron was the GOAT until I saw him in a dress.
He was never a goat. Oh, there's that cable.
You found it?
Yeah. Oh, I had already gotten another one. Oh well. Yeah, Jordan's the GOAT, man. I don't even have LeBron second. I do not have LeBron second. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but because see, after Jordan, the conversation does get interesting. You got Kobe, you got Magic, you got Isaiah, you got, I mean, what's the criteria? Is it rings? Is it Hakeem? Is it Wilt? Is it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it Larry Bird? Is it like, what's the criteria? Is it rings?
I wouldn't even say it's just.
I mean, rings has to factor in.
Yeah, it does.
Curry top 5. Curry's the best pure shooter
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Steph Curry is just
He's on another level. But I mean, see, I would say Steph Curry's the best shooter I've ever seen. But I think the best pure scorer I've ever is Kevin Durant. You know, like a pure scorer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, KD. I mean, how do you guard that dude? He's like 6'11". Seriously, he's like 7 feet tall with like a 7'6" wingspan.
You ever heard Scalabrini?
No.
The White Mamba?
Oh God. Yeah, I'm out on that. I don't know, man. I think I mean you gotta think Kobe's in the mix. You know, Magic. Is it Magic? Is it Hakeem? Is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably say Kobe. I liked Kobe though.
I like Kobe.
I liked Kobe's like intensity.
It's hard to compare eras. It's such a less physical league. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a less physical league now.
You did not just say Scalabrini.
Scalabrini.
The White Mamba.
The White Mamba, dude. I don't know. I mean, you know, Jokic is pretty freaking good. Like, there's a lot of really good players in the league now. You know, and like, dude, this Halliburton for Indiana is unbelievable. You know, then you got SGA. Like, there's just a lot of good. I don't remember the league being this deep back in the day either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the depth of talent now. I think every sport is like that now. It's like we were talking about that just earlier with MMA.
Yeah.
You know, like sports are like global. You know, like baseball. You know, when I grew up, like, you know, baseball was not a global game the way it is now. I mean, you got players from, you know, you got all these like Latin players coming in, you got Japanese players coming in, and they're good, unbelievable. You know, so like, you know, and it's not just Otani, it's like Shota Imanaga. There's like, I mean, there's so many good. Yeah, I mean, obviously it kind of like started with Ichiro, but you know, baseball's like global now, dude. You got to be so good to even make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the guys that even make it now. And everything is so specialized now, you know? I mean, the way they platoon hitters in baseball now, like, oh, this guy doesn't play when there's a left-handed pitcher. Can you imagine that shit? Like,
yeah.
You know, back in the 90s? Oh, yeah. You know, Eric Davis isn't playing today because the Dodgers are starting a left-hander. What the f*** are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, you know? It's crazy. The nerds have taken over sports. You know, they've ruined it.
About Lil Bow Wow, he's like Mike.
Little Bow Wow. Little Bow Wow. Yeah. Little Bow Wow, man. Little Bow Wow. I mean, you gotta say, it's a good career. You know? Decent anyway. Puff Daddy. Diddy did it. Did he do it?
And what did Diddy do to LeBron?
No, LeBron was at the Diddy party and he got photographed in the dress.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull that picture up. Just Google that. LeBron dress, Diddy party, whatever. Bring that up on the screen. Let everybody see LeBron in the dress. Why the computer gotta be white? Because Mike Davis wanted a white PC, bro. Goes with the rest of his setup. Goes with the rest of his setup, man. LeBron, man. Oh, man. We're devolving, Brad. We're devolving in the chat. Oh boy. All right. All right, chat. Enough out of you.
Yeah.
Enough out of you, wild chatsters. You wild chatsters. Oh man. You know, what is Mike Davis gonna think of us now, Brad?
Yeah.
Wild chatsters, man. You guys are wilding out in there on City. As a newly bald man, it's kind of cool over here. Bald? I've been bald before.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yup. Ranger school, man. Everybody's bald in Ranger school.
Like, is it like severe buzz cut or is it?
Oh
like
yeah,
actually
it's
bald?
like it's bald.
Mr. Clean Bald.
Yeah, it's bald. I don't know what they do nowadays. I assume they still make you buzz everything. I don't know. I haven't been. I don't really follow along with like the. I'm not one of those guys that like keeps in touch with, you know, the old unit and stuff like that. I went with Winkler to Ranger Rendezvous once, and that was good.
What's that? Just like
It's like where, you know, like if you served in a Ranger battalion, you can go to the Ranger Rendezvous every year. It's like a thing. It's like, you know, they do you know, like demo parachute jumps, and it's a way for like alumni to go back and, you know, see what's up with the old unit and whatever. And I don't know. I went once. That was good. I was good after that. went one time. You know, it's all good. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I was a ranger in the army. Many moons ago, in a different life. Back before I became that nerd.
I know an old coworker. They were army too, and I know he was complaining that they got rid of the shark tank. Basic.
I don't know, man. I would say when I went to Ranger Rendezvous, it was very it's very eye-opening to me, like how much things have changed. You know, like everything is different now. Like oh yeah, it's way more like professional now than it was back in the day. Like it's very. Speaking of which, my old army roommate dude trying to call me. But yeah, that is like, I don't know. Everything's different. All the equipment's different. Like the loadout is different. Like just everything's different. Everything's different. I would say it's probably more professional now than it was back in the day. That was the one thing that struck me. Like these dudes now, they got personal trainers and meal plans and shit. Like, dude, we were like, you know, I was like smoking Marlboro Lights. You know, I do morning PT, and the first thing I do, I get back from a run, is like light a cigarette. You know, that was like the first thing I would do. Get back from my morning PT run and just, you know, just light up. I don't know. I'm sure there's still guys that smoke, but it's just more. I think it's more professional now than it used to be. I think it's probably harder to. The standards are probably higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to do a lot more stuff. You know, they got like drones and stuff now. Like it's just different. You know, they didn't have drones when, you know, that wasn't really a thing back then.
Yeah.
Now they got little. Just the loadout's different. The kit, the plates, like. Everything, man. I'm so old. I'm like Woodland BDU old. Like, you know, really. I'm like Woodland BDU. I'm pre-ACU. Like that's how old I am. That's I've been out for a minute. 23 years and counting. 23 years and counting I've been out. So yeah, it's a whole nother. I was, you know, what's that book, Brad? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a good time. Lifelong friendships. It was hard, I'll tell you that. No easy days for me. I definitely was stationed with 3rd Ranger Battalion at Fort Benning. I definitely worked very hard every single day just to be almost average. Worked very hard just to not get kicked out for sucking. Because there were dudes that were much better than me at being badass. It's cool. For a lot of days, I felt like I wasn't good enough. But yeah, I would do. I don't know. If I was gonna re-roll, I would do it again. I think maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, I'd be a passport bro. I'd go down to Argentina. Get me one of those dark-haired, blue-eyed women with the suspiciously German-sounding last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nah, I can't complain, man. My wife is way hotter than me. I got 6 kids. I got 5 kids. I do have a lot of kids. It's a good life. It's a peaceful life now. You know, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how I am. I don't do anything. Like, all I do is like run my kids around to their sports and activities and like be here. That's it. I run this company and I do stuff with my kids. That's it. I don't do anything else. There's no other time for anything in my life. This is what I do. It's the only thing that I do. I do this and I hang out with my kids. That's it. I don't do anything else. I don't really want to do anything else, to be honest with you. I shouldn't say that like I'm like complaining.
Yeah.
I really don't want to like do anything else. I mean, you know, what else would you want to do?
Yeah.
I got 6 kids, man. I'm busy. I'm busy doing stuff with my 6 kids. That is a lot of kids. Brad, I'm a total failure at narrating all the stuff I'm doing. Remember I was going to do that?
Yeah.
I was going to narrate all the things. Well, here I am not narrating. I'm plugging in the USB. The case panel USB. For the motherboard. And if you do it just so, it looks all neat and aesthetic. What's up, filthy grunt? See, that's a name. That's a handle I can get behind. Filthy grunt. Yeah, that's a handle I can handle. Or something. That's a handle I can relate to. Yeah. All right, so we got the 20. Did we get to 20?
Yep, we got 20. Taking down names.
Oh, did we max out at 20? Where are we at now?
We are at 10 right now.
On Beam?
On Beam.
What happened to all the people? This is why I don't want to do a giveaway every stream, Brad. Because then the people get spoiled. And then the people will just show up for the giveaway. You know, they don't want to actually hang out with me.
Yep.
They're like, oh, he's giving stuff away. I'll hang out with him. Oh, he's not giving anything away today. See you later. I want people to want to hang out. Just because we're cool. I want people to, like, be on the team, Brad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just hang out because we're giving stuff away.
Mama said it was brief, but it happened. I saw it.
Brief, but it happened. Yeah. Story of my life. Everybody wants free shit. Yeah. Man, this thing's kind of heavy. Maybe I'm just old. It's kind of a heavy case you got here, Mike Davis.
That case is heavy.
If Brad says it's heavy, it's heavy.
Yeah, the case.
Brad Diesel. I've seen Brad like, I've seen Brad move ridiculous amounts of weight. Like just Brad's one of those people. That was that thing that went viral, like 100 dudes against a gorilla.
Oh yeah.
100 Brads would beat the shit out of a gorilla. 100 Brads.
Do you think 100 humans would win? I think so.
They'd have to coordinate their attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be collateral damage.
Oh yeah, not everybody's making it out. But I
Yeah,
think-
not everybody, not a lot. I would say several people are not making it out at a minimum. Think how strong those things
I
are,
know.
dude. Like, I mean, they hit you, you're dead. Like, you probably don't survive that. You know, a gorilla hits you in the head, you probably don't make it. You know,
Yeah.
you probably don't make it. But 100, that's a lot of people. 100 people's a lot.
100 people is a lot. Of
100 people is a lot of people. A lot of people. I've had my ass kicked by way less than 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had my ass kicked by as few as 1 people. You know what I mean? I've had my ass beat by as few as 1 person. Definitely doesn't take 100 people. 100 people is a lot of people. If those 100 people, see, the thing is, if like people got scared and like, you know, bitched out, then advantage gorilla, right? Like
Yeah.
the 100 people would have to come strong and just be committed to like, hey, we're not all gonna make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, are these people armed? Obviously not. I'm assuming the people are unarmed. Otherwise, you know, because if I can be armed, I'll take the gorilla one-on-one. Like,
Yeah.
as long as I don't have to get real close.
Be like the Eric Andre show,
Yeah,
right?
dude. Yeah, me versus the gorilla, dude. I'll fuck that gorilla up from like 1,000 yards with a rifle. Like, I'm not gonna like walk right up to him. What are you, crazy? No. But yeah, like fist fight, 100 dudes versus a gorilla, the 100 dudes win. But they got to be committed, and they're not all making it out. You know. What do you think, Brad? What was the question I asked you the other day? First in line for the gorilla or 1,000th in line for Bonnie Blue?
Yeah.
First in line for the gorilla, please. at least it'll be quick.
Harambe's rolling in his grave.
Yes, Harambe. Harambe. Don't you remember that when that was the whole thing?
What about the opposite, 1 man versus 100 little chimps?
Dude.
Chimps are strong.
Yeah,
too.
chimps are ridiculously strong. Chimps will F you up, dude. 100 men with a plan can definitely take a gorilla. Yeah, 100%. They're not all making it out.
I think you could probably do it with like half. If it was well coordinated.
50? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think the over-under for like dudes against a gorilla, if we're talking men, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know, are you talking 100 Mike Davis or are you talking like 100 me? That's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's just like 100 random people, I don't know. You know, might not have any killers in there. Might not have any real killers in there, man. It's just 100 like random people. But you mean 100 like men? Like, you know what I mean? I think you could get it down to as maybe like 15. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you'd have to have a coordinated attack plan, and people would have to, you know. I mean, not everybody's walking away. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, this is a suicide mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta assume, you gotta go into it assuming you're not. And then, you know, some of you will make it out. But won't. You know? I don't know. I would watch though.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about me as a person, but I would watch that. Like if that was a legit,
The Coliseum.
yes. If they did that as a pay-per-view, I'm paying. I'm watching. I don't know what that says about me, Brad, as a person. And if it does say something about me, I don't know that it says anything good.
Call it. I'm taking down people's names. I'm gonna start rolling here soon.
But I legitimately would pay to see that. I would sign up. Would you sign up?
To watch?
Yeah. If they were just like here on pay-per-view tonight on ESPN Plus, there's gonna be 100 dudes that fight against a gorilla. And would they come in like just a new dude enters every 30 seconds or something? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
And then like so you get 100 dudes that sign up and then just random number generation to see who goes first, second, third, fourth.
Oh God.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Because if there was 30 seconds in between people, I feel like the gorilla would have a shot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that any one person could go 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds is an eternity when you're getting your ass beat. Trust me. I've been on the wrong end of some like hard rounds of jiu-jitsu. 30 seconds is forever when someone is beating your ass. 30 seconds is a long time.
Yeah.
30 seconds is a long time when you're on the losing end of a physical confrontation. 30 seconds does not go quickly. You're like, you know, you look at the clock, you know, like there's a round timer at jiu-jitsu and it's up on the wall or, you know,
Yeah.
where you can see it. And you're like, you know, some dude's like trying to slap the choke on and you're like, you know, resisting, or you look at the clock and you see there's 29 seconds left and then you fight for another 3 hours and then you look at the clock, there's 24 seconds left and you're like, what the hell? It's only been 5 seconds. Are you kidding me? You know, I've been there. I've definitely been there. Again, I don't know what that says about me, but I've definitely been. All right, let's put our power supply in, Brad.
Yeah. I'm
You would watch? I would watch. Like a Royal Rumble. As a single human going to WrestleMania, a single gorilla. I mean,
Yeah.
you would never be able to get there.
Oh no.
No. There's no way. Because there's a guarantee that people are not emerging from, like, you know, I'd still watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, out of morbid curiosity.
I don't know. That's horrible. It's a horrible thing to say. But I would. I really would. I probably should say no. No, I would never watch that barbaric. That's terrible. We're more evolved than that. I would. I wouldn't be able to help it. I'd be too curious.
Yeah.
I'd be too curious.
Yeah.
And then it would probably be terrible. I'd probably be like, oh, I'm totally gonna watch that, and then I'd be like 2 minutes in, and be like, oh my god, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, watch that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like as the gorilla hits the first guy, and he goes like flying across, and he's just, and you're like, oh my god, like,
Yep.
okay. Okay. I don't know why I wanted to do that. That's probably how it would go.
All right, we'll start spinning the wheel here.
We're spinning the wheel. We haven't spun the wheel yet.
I have not spun the wheel.
Jeez,
I usually
man.
wait a while,
Yeah.
get a bunch of entries so I can do them all at once.
Must be present to win.
Yes, must be present to win. Monolith, you're up.
Must be in chat to be the wiener. Alright. So Mike Davis's power supply is a Corsair RM1 X shift. So the shift power supplies are made for these dual chamber cases so that you can access them easier when they're mounted in the case.
Snap key, your number 278.
278.
Airborne 217. 561 is your number. Mr. Rich. 403, Mr. Rich. Nate. Nate the Spain.
All right.
469.
Where's my Corsair Type 5 cable kit, Brad? I got it.
You got it.
I got it.
Pepper, your number is 583. Dear God.
Dear God.
426. Hey,
Oh,
I think
that's a handle.
that's Baby's birthday, right?
That's what?
426. is Baby's
426,
birthday.
yeah.
That's
See,
the
if
first time we've gotten it.
If you would have showed up on 426 for Beam's birthday, you would have won a PC.
Yeah. Shay. 400, Shay. You have not gotten a roll yet, Jackal, but I have you down. If anybody's been in chat for like the last 20 minutes and have been saying roll, I probably have you down. I'll show the list here.
See your list, Brad.
Gregory Simara, your number is 303.
What are you making lists of, Brad? Are you making a list?
Secret.
Are you checking it twice?
Oh.
You're making a list, but are you checking it twice? Are you gonna find out who's naughty and nice?
Potentially.
Bradley Claus is coming.
Bradley Claus. Alright, Rick, I got you.
Your wife call you Bradley Claus around Christmas time? No.
Nope.
Did that make you feel awkward? Or would you lean into it?
I probably need to.
You'd be like, yeah.
Damn right.
More like Daddy Claus.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Sherrard, yes, I have you down. And Mr. Rich, your number is 403. So,
Okay, I'm
how
going
it works
to...
is everybody gets a number, and then at the very end of the stream, we roll one last time, and if your number matches the number that we spin, you win.
Alright, I need a PCIe cable, power, the IQ stuff. Going through the mental checklist here, Bradsky. Of all the cables I need. There are many cables, but these ones are mine. What time is it?
It's 3:40.
3:40. We're about even 2 hours in.
D Drizzy, your number is 200.
One of these days, we're gonna do a PC build stream, and we're actually gonna drink, and then we'll see like if the PC works.
Yeah.
Do you think you could drunk build a PC, Brad?
Depending on how drunk, probably.
Yeah. I think I could build a PC pretty drunk.
I think
Cable management would not be good.
I would. I've only done cable management once. And it turned out okay.
I think I could build a PC like. I'm not gonna say like sauced, but I don't think I could be like hammered, but I think I could be pretty in the bag. I think I could be half in the bag and still build a PC.
What is a 24-hour PC build stream?
We'll never know. We'll never know because I'm never gonna do it. Because then, you know, like if something was wrong, I would be disrespectful to the customer. I would never do it. I would talk about doing it though. And be like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did that? And then I would never do it.
Call your number is 75. Jackal, you are 169. Filthy Grunt, 286. Come on. Slink, 561. I finally gave in. Your number is 680 or 668.
All right. There's nothing SATA powered in here, Brad. But I'm going to go ahead and run a SATA cable for Mike. Because I feel like he's going to want to add stuff later. decks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and run a SATA power cable just in case. Just in case. You know?
Probably a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. Run that. Good idea.
Oh, Nate. Joshua Walters took your win. Rolled the same number as you.
What number?
469.
Okay.
732 is Joshua Walters' number. Yun, your number is 114. Jimmy O 72. 265. Jimmy, yep, 265.
Jimmy.
Gerard, here you go. 223. And then Rick Iantino, your number is 715.
Rick, roll. Good idea there, Brad.
Yeah.
Got a Rick roll in there. Got a Rick roll in there, Bradsky. Sometimes you got a Rick roll, man. Sometimes you need a little Rick roll. Can't give up. Can't let down.
B Drizzy, your number is 200. Shaquille says, nice build, dude. This is for Mike Davis. PC is for Mike Davis.
The
D.
Davis of Ultimate Fighting Championship fame, renown, glory.
There's everybody's numbers, and that's who I have down. So if you have not rolled in the chat, do so now.
You have not said roll in chat. Wrong with you? You too good for free stuff? Ah. All right.
Nafari, I don't have you, but I will spin for you.
Got my number.
Yeah, so if you had a number from a previous stream, that doesn't count. We do new numbers. So
New numbers. All right. We're not using stock cables for Mike Davis.
Nafri, here's your spin.
We're using these sleeved cable extensions that we're doing in white to match the rest of the build. We do sleeved cable extensions on all of our builds because it looks better. Duh. Why else would we do it? Why else would we do it, Brad? We wouldn't do it. Else we wouldn't do it. If it didn't look better, we wouldn't do it. Ergo, as Shakespeare said. Because we want our stuff to look better, we do it. We do the thing. This is Mike Davis's GPU. It's a white 5080.
White 58.
You too could have a white 5080 like Mike Davis. You just gotta go buy it. All right. Bring, bring. They put so much plastic on these things now, Brad. You know?
Yeah. And I go overboard a little bit.
I mean, you do want to be careful not to scratch it. They're so expensive. You don't want to rough them up, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to rough up the suspect, Brad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Roughing up the suspect. That's a euphemism. Roughing up the suspect. You ever hear it called that?
No.
No?
No.
But you know what I mean.
I know what you're talking about.
Roughing up the suspect. New terms.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Everybody in chat, see, we're learning together.
Yeah.
The learning experience for everyone today.
Beer God says, "Am I weird that I care about quality components? I'd be okay. I'd be okay with a generic beige box for my case."
I don't think it's weird, man. I think that a beige box would be a little weird. Generic box is. I'm with you.
Yeah, there was a time when I liked lots of RGB lights and
That
all
time.
that jazz and
That time is now.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it can't.
Can't see me. My time is now.
Yes, trades. We're still looking. We're still rolling. I mean,
John Cena, baby.
Cena.
Bro, I would build a PC for John Cena. That would be cool. C Nation. That's still a thing. Is he
Yeah.
still in wrestling?
I don't think so. I think he's retired.
I heard like WWE was getting big again though.
Oh, really? I know they're on Netflix. They do their live shows on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it's just Raw. It's on.
Raw?
Yeah.
Raw is war.
John Cena's still in WWE. Yes.
Yeah? It's gotta be. Can't see me.
Announces retirement from the in-ring competition effective end of 2025. So,
Man. Oh, so he's still going. The end
Yeah.
of this year. Okay. Alright.
yeah, end of this year.
John Cena. That'll be John Cena.
John Cena.
Yeah, on TV, John. Cena. Seen you back when you were. See what I did there, Brad? And tough crowd today. You know? Tough crowd today, Brad. Oh man, Brad. Got an issue, bud. Man.
What happened?
I wanted to use the white cable, but I forgot that the power supply that we use, the Corsair, the Shift, is a Type 5. So this won't work on Type 5. So I can't use it. I'm just gonna have to use an extension instead of a native cable. NBD.
Yeah.
NBD. We'll use the native cable for now and put the extension on when we test. Dang it. Dang it, man. Alright, let's go.
He's the champ right now, right?
John Cena is? Man, I'm slacking. Gotta get up to date on my wrestling. I gotta get up to date on my WWE, dude.
Followed WWE in like 20 years.
Now? Did you follow it in like when you were a little kid?
Yeah,
I feel like everyone watched wrestling when they were a kid.
it was like I started watching it like 2000.
2000.
I think it was even before.
Was
John
that like
Cena.
NWO and all that? Like
Yeah. Triple H and his crew.
Triple H,
Yeah.
you know? Woo! Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
I love Ric Flair, dude. I like The Undertaker.
Yeah.
I like The Undertaker and Ric Flair. I loved Ric Flair. I don't even know why. There's something likable.
Energy.
Yeah, something likable about Ric Flair. Woo!
Stone Cold was my favorite.
Stone Cold. Samuel likes Stone Cold.
Dude, you said a kid that gets off like the school bus, is like it's Stone Cold Steve on his first day of summer, and then he just opens up milk and like all over himself.
I've not seen that.
Nature boy, man.
The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I do like Ric Flair, dude. The Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan. Are you part of the original Hulkamania, Brad?
No, he came back when I started watching.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, 'cause I think
What you
Hogan-
gonna do, brother?
I think Hogan stopped wrestling in what, mid-90s, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Then he came back for like a year.
You remember
or
like
two.
Hulk Hogan and Macho Man?
Yeah, Macho Man was my favorite.
Macho Man was great, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen the Skyrim mod?
No.
Dude, so they made the dragon at the very beginning look like Randy Macho Man. And so, like, you know how, like, the dragon shouts are off in the background?
Yeah.
You just hear, the Macho Man's coming. Like, it's an echo.
So good.
It's so immersion breaking, but it's hilarious.
I always looked up Brock Lesnar, dude.
Yeah, Brock.
Brock, did you see Brock Lesnar's daughter
Fucking huge, dude.
just won
yeah,
the
she's scary.
NCAA shot put title
Really?
on her first throw?
Holy
fucking-
shit.
She's huge, dude. He could fuck you up.
Dude. I saw that on Twitter the other day, and it was a video of, I think her name is
She
Maya.
looks just like him.
She looks just like him.
Like you could definitely.
You could I mean you could not you could have never seen this woman before in your life
And be like, that's.
and
Brock
be like,
Lesnar.
holy
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
that's Brock Lesnar's kid. Like
Suplex City, boy.
100%
I love seeing people go there.
going to Suplex City.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You could easily tell that's his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, she's fucking scary.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. So I saw the video on Twitter,
It just disappeared.
and the top comment was like, "Damn, dude, mom's jeans didn't even try." Like, which immediately made sense if you were looking at the video.
DJ Bulletproof, what's up? I got you down.
DJ Bulletproof.
You know what I remember? Fred, were you still watching early 2000s?
Yeah.
Dude, I still remember fucking Randy Orton getting, he was like 24, just getting tossed on all the thumbtacks, and you could see them all. I also watched a lot when I was a kid, but I fell off probably around like late junior high, start high school.
Yeah, I stopped watching it like freshman or sophomore year.
I love Sheamus.
Sheamus? Yeah.
And then Hornswoggle, and who was he with?
Oh my god, words.
Yeah, who was he with again?
All right.
I will say,
I think I got everything hooked up now, Brad.
I will every once in a
I
while.
think I got everything hooked up. I feel like I got everything hooked up.
24-pin.
In the front, I mean. I got the extension on.
Bad Barbie, I got you. So I have trades, DJ Bulletproof, and Bad Barbie.
Bad Bobby.
Oh yeah, Bad Barbie. How did you like the electric bed?
It's electric.
It's actually, this is the first time I think I've been in the stream room, and it's nicer in here than the work.
The warehouse is brutal today, dude. It's really hot. It's over 80. It's like 85 degrees in the warehouse
But
today.
humidity.
Plus it's humid.
Yeah, the humidity.
So I'm just sitting here.
Trades, your number is 503.
It's not the heat, it's the stupidity.
DJ Bulletproof, your number's 38. And
DJ.
Barbie. 706.
Bad Bobby.
No, I should probably work GM.
Yeah, what are you doing, Nick?
We got 3 of the ready, this ship's done. Did some tech support.
Who let you out of the salt mine? Who let Nick out of the salt mine?
Dude, with how much I'm sweating back there, it really
I know,
is the
dude.
salt mine.
Yeah, it's brutal. You should have worn your AMD hat.
So
That could be cool.
Didn't we get Nick an AMD hat?
I still have it, dude, but it for some reason is like an absolute magnet, and my Bailey just sheds, and it gets everywhere.
Oh, and it's a white hat.
So it's like, so it's like stained, and there's this dog hair all over it. I still have it though, but it's like even when I
Nick's
try
favorite hat.
walking it,
Nick's such an AMD lover. We got him an AMD hat for Christmas one year.
and I'm gonna be a 3D cash guy for life. Until something better comes out, then I'll switch to that and jump ship immediately.
Nick's like, my only loyalty is to the best shit.
Yeah.
Show me them titties says roll.
Show me what?
Show
I
me
think
them
Show Me Them
titties.
Titties was asking to see my titties yesterday.
No. We don't do that around here.
No, dude, I told him I'd be down for a wet t-shirt contest.
We don't do that around
And
here.
Nick was trying to get me to dump some water on
Wet t-shirt contest, Nick versus Brad.
him. Yeah. God.
My
I
God.
might beat you, Brad. I might be the GOAT.
The goat, the wet t-shirt goat.
Show me them titties. Your number is 677.
Somebody's gonna clip that.
Yeah.
Be like, why is Brad asking for?
RDNA. Your number is
How many
95.
don't have if you can't sell?
Jimmy 072. The cans are super dope looking. Are we talking about show me them titties? Are we talking about the electric bat? The cans. Show me the cans. The cans look like GTA 5 vibe.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. It's like a GTA vibe to the cans.
Sugar-free things aren't my taste, but all my friends came over to drink them. Hell yeah.
All right, we got to cable manage Mike Davis's PC, man. You know, he told me his last PC was cable managed like shit.
Oh, really?
He didn't get it from us.
That's no good.
Yeah, what were you thinking, Mike Davis? Do, do, do.
Black, your number is 541.
541.
We might have some duplicates here.
Some duplicates.
It's not good. 541, but Slink and Airborne have the same number, but Airborne's was first, so I'm gonna reroll Slink.
Can't have that, Brad.
Slink, your number is 170.
All right, so I'm gonna stick that in the drive bay. I'm gonna stick the SATA power cable in the drive bay for Mike Davis, so he can power stuff if he wants to. All right, I need these little 3M doodads, Brad, to stick the control box back here. You know what I
Mike
mean?
Davis wants to roll.
Mike wants to roll. You're already getting a free PC, Mike Davis. That would be funny if he won.
Yeah, right. I'm rolling for my lady.
Yeah? Man. You ever seen Mike? You ever seen pictures of Mike Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah? Mike's jacked, dude.
Yep.
You know who Mike reminds me of? Damon Gillespie. You know what I mean?
I don't know who that is.
Guy from some Netflix TV show or whatever. He's a customer. Damon's a customer of ours. But he
Oh,
might-
yeah, okay.
So don't they kind of look a little
Yeah,
bit
they do.
alike? They both look like young. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They both look youthful. Damon's a famous guy too. These people, Brad. Of course we should let it roll.
All right, NSX Love, your number is 59.
59.
And Mike Davis, 461 again.
Again? Is that another reroll?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, Airborne's got his number chosen 2 times.
What are the odds? Pretty low.
Very low.
1 in 1,000 for a repeat.
Yeah.
And then another 1 in 1,000 to hit it again.
Yep.
That's 1 in a million.
Yeah.
It's 1 in a million. We just had a 1 in a million thing happen. That's wild.
That is crazy. 687.
Because a million is 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, million is 1,000.
1,000. I think 1,000 sounds cooler than a million. I got $1,000, motherfucker. Doesn't that sound better than I got $1 million? I got $1 million. I got 1,000 thousands. I don't know why. I think 1,000 sounds cooler. Maybe I'm just old.
When is the end? I have class in 25 minutes.
It's ending.
It's ending pretty soon
Ending
here.
very soon.
Here's everybody's number.
Do you want to go to class or do you want to win a PC, man?
Yeah.
Hashtag priorities. I'm gonna make it take longer now. I'm kidding. God, what a dick.
Alright, we'll do a 3-minute countdown to get everybody's last rolls in before we cut it off.
See all these copyright strike rules, man. That sucks because we could have played. It's the final countdown.
Yeah.
Do we do that or would we get a strike? We'd probably get a strike.
We might be okay as long as it's less than 3 seconds.
Is that Journey?
Yeah, I think so.
No. Final countdown? That can't be Journey. No. Final countdown is not Journey.
Oh, Europe.
Europe. Yeah. It was one of those shitty bands. Europe, if you're watching, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shit. Kidding.
Alright, Foil, I got you. Your spin is 981. Do we have a 981 yet?
If I sing it, it's not a copyright strike, right?
It could get flagged.
It could get flagged.
Yeah,
That? Nah, that's got to be like fair use or whatever. Right?
No, people were getting, well, at least on YouTube, they're real stickers. But people were getting their whole videos stolen by the music people for even just singing.
All right. How are we looking in the back there, Ratsky?
Oh, it's looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. What do you think? How are we looking there, Mike Davis? We looking good there? Business in the front, party in the back for Mike Davis.
Filthy Grunt, your number is 286. And we have about a minute left to get your rolls in, everybody.
All I have left to do is put Mike Davis' GPU support bracket on. That's it. That's it.
DJ Bulletproof, your number is 38. Here, I'll throw the
DJ Bulletproof.
throw the list up here.
Prove it.
That is everybody. Foil is the last one.
Is he actually bulletproof?
DJ Bulletproof, are you actually bulletproof?
No. Is that like a nickname? You got shot? Something? Are you like a gunshot wound survivor? I'm a snakebite survivor, Brad.
Really?
Yeah.
Could be a bit by.
Eastern Diamondback.
Ooh. I bet that didn't feel good.
Nope.
When did that happen?
When I was in the army.
Ah. Was it just random, or was it just like?
I was IMTing, which is individual movement techniques or whatever. We were like in the woods,
Yeah.
and I was running to go like take cover behind a tree, and about a 4-foot long eastern diamondback met me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a bad day.
I'd say.
That was a bad day.
I will streak if I win, says Pepper.
Yeah, I got sick.
Did you have to get like anti-venom and stuff, or?
Yeah, I think they gave me some anti-venom or something. I don't know. I got, I mean, obviously it's a venomous snake, but I think I don't think it's common to die from that snake unless
Okay.
you're allergic. I don't know that. I'm not allergic. So, I don't think like I almost died or anything. Like I was sick. It was terrible. Felt miserable. But I got,
Was it like flu feeling, or?
it was like it was, but like amplified. I got sick and I got very like shocky, you know, like you ever get
Yeah, like.
I got very
Yeah.
like shocky. I was freaking out, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was freaking out. Just sucked. That just sucked ass, dude. That was shitty. I didn't like that at all.
Cheesy, the rules are over.
I didn't like that at all, Brad. As you can imagine,
It doesn't sound like a good time.
it sucked. Sucked real bad. Sucked real bad.
But did you get powers from it? Says Filthy Greg.
No, that's the other thing. Like I didn't even turn into
I'll be
like,
right back.
I didn't even turn into like Spider-Man or anything. Feel cheated. Feel cheated. Ta-da! Ta-da! The white case. I do like the white case. Yeah, the case is big, but we deliberately wanted something with like some space underneath the GPU. It wasn't the radioactive snake. Yeah, you're probably right. Had the snake been radioactive, game changer. Game changer. Do we have pink cases? Yeah, pink cases. Pink cases. We got a bunch of ready to ship builds that are pink. Everybody asks for pink. We always get people that ask for pink. So yeah. All right. Okay. Let's turn it on. Let's turn on Mike Davis PC. You want to turn it on? Let's turn it on. Yo, VIP. Let's kick it. Ding, 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 ding. You probably can't even sing Ice Ice Baby now. People get political about it.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. We can't have any fun anymore, man. Too many offended people.
Backstand.
How are we looking?
Backstand isn't on.
Oh. Oh, the top. Oh, you know what I did, Brad? I forgot to plug in the. I forgot to run the little line to connect the other side of the fans to the control box. No, that's my fault. That's not Mike Davis' fault. All right, we're looking good though. Did we post? We'll make sure we post. and then I'll run that cable off air that I forgot. I had a dumbass. Sorry, Mike Davis, I forgot your cable. I have lots of them though. We'll put it in there. Don't worry.
This is a nice case though.
I think one of the Mike picked it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so I think one of the things that Mike wanted was some space between the intake fans and the GPU for like some streaming stuff. So, not sure exactly what he wanted to add. He wanted that space. The space between. What do y'all think about a purple case? Yeah, all right. Maybe.
Case. I think the Y70s come in like a light.
Purple's all right. All right. All right, we got a post. We're good. I just got to run that cable.
Sweet.
I forgot a cable. What a dumbass. What a dumbass. So I connected these fans to the back fan, but I didn't connect these fans to the control box.
Yeah.
What a dumbass. What a dumbass.
You just gave me. I just put an ATX board together, and then I just realized you laid it out for a Pop Air Mini.
Huh?
When I was ready the ships, I didn't pay attention. I put the board together.
Yeah.
And you gave me an ATX board for a Pop Air Mini.
Oh. I thought it was a Pop Air. Oh, it was a mini? Don't we have a Pop Air?
I'll check.
Use the Pop Air. I thought it was a Pop Air. My bad. My
I can't remember
bad.
the last time you used the Pop.
My bad.
All right, we're gonna do the spin for the giveaway.
Spin to win!
Spin to win.
Spinner for the winner. Spinner for the wiener.
Cool.
Too late, Bobby.
All right, everybody. Drum roll.
Yosemite Sam.
You're too late, Duck. I already wished for a pirate ship.
All right, here we go. Spinning.
Remember that Looney Tune?
No, I don't remember that one.
When they like wished and Yosemite Sam's. You're too late, Duck. I already wished for a pirate ship. When they found the genie or whatever.
I don't think I saw that episode.
Should have.
986.
Old Looney
Spin.
Tunes is lit. Did anybody win?
No.
Who had 986?
986. 9 did what to 6?
986. Why was 6 afraid of 7, Brad?
7, 8, 9.
Oh!
No winners.
No winners!
No winners.
Well, I think you're a winner if you join us on stream today. I mean, you're not getting a PC, but you're still winners. You're all winners in my book. All right. I think that's it. Are we building another PC tomorrow, Brad?
We are building another PC.
Are we building who are we building tomorrow? Cody?
Yep.
Cody
Cody.
Dennison.
Cody Dennison.
Cody Dennison. We're building a PC for Cody Dennison tomorrow on stream at 3 o'clock Central Time.
3 o'clock Central Time.
So that's Cody from NASCAR.
Yep. NASCAR, and he has
I think he's
Camelot 331.
Camelot 331 on YouTube. Cody Dennison of NASCAR fame, and I think he's the Timcast driver. Right?
Yeah.
Timcast is the
Yeah.
primary sponsor for his NASCAR or whatever. So we're building a PC for Cody Dennison tomorrow. Thursday we're building a PC, right?
Yep.
Thursday we're building a PC for Sarah
Nochi.
Nochi. Sarah Nochi. Dude, we're just doing all kind of PC builds this week.
Yep.
Right? It's like we're a company that builds PCs or something.
Right?
Who the funk? A PC company like building PCs all week. Cool. So we'll be back. I'll be back.
Black says, what's your stream times? Monday and Wednesday, normally. Monday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Time. Those are our normal.
NASCAR PC. We did. You know what? You know who built the PCs that drive the racing simulators in the NASCAR museum in Charlotte, North Carolina?
Yep.
This guy. Me. Right here. Built the PCs that drive the racing simulators in the NASCAR museum. So if you're ever in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you go to the NASCAR museum, and you drive the NASCAR simulators that are in the NASCAR museum, you are gaming on an Alexander PC, dadgummit. And you didn't even know. You didn't even know. So, all right. So, I'll put that cable on, Mike Davis. What a dumbass. Like live streaming a build for a famous guy and doesn't put the fan cable on. Idiot. You know? It's because I got in the habit of doing that so that Jacob could find whatever
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I would always do not plug one thing in. Or that's how I trained Jacob. Is I would always build these PCs and I would like not plug something in, or I would like, you know, do like one thing wrong on every build, like on purpose, so that he could find it. I'd still do it years later, and it's like that's like a bad habit. Where I always do like one thing, and then you know they gotta find it in QC because I'm that guy, like. You know, because I want to make sure that they're actually checking everything and not just like, yeah. So I've been known to do that, like build everything and then not plug the pump fan in or, you know, whatever. I'm a prick. What do you want? Like, you know, well, how else are we going to teach people if they're going to, you know, anyway. But I did not do that on purpose to Mike's PC. I just forgot. I messed up because I was looking for the shorty cable, and then I like got fixated on that, and I didn't. Yeah. Anyway.
We are based in Chicago suburbs.
AlexanderPCs is not based in North Carolina. Not based in North Carolina, but we service North Carolina. Our NVIDIA rep is based in North Carolina. Shout out Michael W. from NVIDIA. Honestly, one of the coolest people. And I'm not just saying that because he's our NVIDIA rep. He really is a good guy, man. The first time that I ever talked to Michael W. Was like when we had applied to be an NVIDIA partner. He was like vetting me.
Yeah.
You know? Like, because he's on the GeForce team at NVIDIA, and that, you know, they don't just make anybody a partner. Like, you gotta know what you're doing. Cause you're gonna, because NVIDIA doesn't want some dipshit like repping their brand, you know. Jokes on them, because here I am, a dipshit representing their brand. How'd that work out for you, NVIDIA? But we had this like just one of like the nerdiest conversations I've ever had in my life, because we're about the same age, and we've been building PCs for like, we got to do it like at about the same time. Yeah. And so we had this like, we talked for like an hour and a half about just like so much random, like, you know, like 3DFX cards and blue PCB and pencil mods and OCZ Reaper memory with like the heat pipes and like just all this stuff from like years ago, you know. Yeah. And we just had like the nerdiest like 90-minute conversation, and then he was like, okay, well, this guy actually like knows what he's talking about, so we should, you know. So then I had to send them like pictures of like PCs that we've built and like all this stuff, so that, you know, so they know that we don't build stuff that you don't want to look like shit. You're right. And be like, we're an NVIDIA partner, and NVIDIA's like, who's that blind, you know, who's that blind person that put that PC together? Like, so yeah. So they vetted us and whatever. That was wild, man. That was all the way back in, that was like 5 years ago. Life comes at you fast, kids. Like, yeah. You know? It happens. Life is short, man. It really is. I got kids that are getting like tollway violations and shit now. I got mail from the tollway, which is never good. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a piece of mail from the Illinois tollway yesterday, which is never good. Never good to get a piece of mail from the tollway. You know, you've got tollway mail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, never good. It's never like, you know, hey, just a heads up, your credit card on file expired or something. You know, it's never good. It's never like a, hey, we just thought we'd let you know.
Yeah.
It's like a, you know, you owe us money. like that's when you get a letter from the tollway. Is you owe us money. So I open this letter from the tollway and I'm like, there's 3 tolls all on the same day that were unpaid. And I'm looking at the license plate and I'm like, well, it's not my license plate because my license plate just says R. You know, I would know if it was me. And I'm like, well, I wonder if it was my wife, you know, because I have 6 children, I have 5 vehicles that are titled or that are registered in my name, either wholly or partly. So with my car, which is titled to the company and me, and then there's my wife's car, which is titled to me and my wife, and then there's my mother-in-law's car, which is titled to me and my mother-in-law. So I had to co-sign on her loan because she doesn't have credit. Well, she doesn't work, so she couldn't get a loan for the car without me signing. And then I have 2 older daughters that I'm co-signed on their car loans. And of course, I'm the primary because they didn't have credit when they bought their cars. So even though they make the payments, I'm still on the registration. So when one of my daughters runs the toll, guess who gets the letter? Me. So I'm trying to figure out which one of these kids has a tollway violation. Erica. I thought it was Maddie at first. Thought it would have been Maddie. It's definitely more like Maddie to run a toll than Erica. I thought it would be Maddie. Because when I got the speeding violation notice from the city of Chicago, it was Maddie. Did you know they electronically monitor your speed in Chicago now?
Really?
Yeah, they have these random cameras. And they scan your license plate. And if they clock you between 2 points, where the mathematical calculation is that from the time they saw you here and the time they saw you there, you must have been going more than the speed limit, they send you a ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So they sent me, now they didn't send me an actual ticket. They sent me a violation notice with a courtesy saying, you know, if we do this again, it's going to be a ticket that you'll have to pay. It was just a violation warning notice. So I'm like, you know, and then Maddie's car got broken into in the city. They took her laundry. Like, yeah, because she lives in the city now. So she moved in because she's working at Chicago Rush. She's working at the hospital now. So she moved to the city. And she just had her car parked on the street. And they just busted out the passenger side window and stole her laundry.
All right.
There's a bag of laundry. There's a bag of laundry in her car. And they busted into her car to steal her bag of laundry. I feel like we don't have to live like this. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, what's the meme go? Like, you know, American cities, man. Like, so what if you can't leave anything in your car and you can't leave your garage door open for 20 seconds by accident and you can't, you know, but have you tried those street tacos, man? They're amazing. Like, you know, I just feel like there's no reason to live in the city. I'm not a city person.
No, same.
Like, you know, I would lose my mind, dude. But anyway, that's what happens when you have a bunch of kids and they get older and you're co-signed on their car loans and shit. They don't pay their tolls and then you get letters from the tollway.
What's up? He says that's what I dig about rural Bama.
Yeah. Where in Alabama are you from, Cal? I used to live in Alabama. I lived in Fort Mitchell, Alabama. And I rode a bull one time in Opelika, Alabama at a rodeo. and it did not go well for me.
Your time.
I don't know,
Oh.
but I definitely did not make it 8 seconds.
Damn.
And it was probably like, dude, it was probably like a retired, like borderline retarded like rodeo bull that like was probably like 1,000 years old in bull years. Like, it wasn't even like a real, you know, because I just paid the $20 and
Yeah.
signed the waiver. You know, I assure you, they didn't even check to see if I was drunk. And I rode a bull, and I did not stay on it very long. It did not go well for me. That was in Opelika, Alabama.
He said it like Seth Rogen said, LA is beautiful. Getting mugged is part of the charm.
Part of the
You'd be
charm.
okay with being robbed if you live here.
No, I'm not okay.
No thanks, funny man.
No, not good. I'm not into that, man. But yeah, I lived in Alabama for a while. When I was stationed at Fort Benning, I lived in Fort Mitchell, Alabama, in a trailer, in a trailer park, with 2 roommates, in a double wide, and we used to fight, dude. About
Really?
Yeah, we used to fight about whose turn it was to fill the propane. We went a lot of times in that trailer where we did not have hot water because we were fighting over whose turn it was to fill the propane. Yeah, that was a different life, man. That was a different life back then.
Bama trailer park life is goated.
I did partake in Bama trailer park life for a brief summer or 2. Yeah, that was a trip, dude.
Were they all your friends or were they?
Yeah, they were stationed same unit. So, I was actually Winkler was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Winkler was one of them. And that was actually, and then the other guy was a guy named Rob, and Rob S. Rob S. I didn't stay in touch with Rob. Rob was cool though. Rob was a cook. Rob was a ranger cook. Worked in the chow hall. That was the cool thing about being in a ranger unit, was like even like the soft skill MOSs like still went to ranger school and stuff. So you had dudes that were like cooks, like pack clerks and shit that would just beat your ass. Like, jeez. Like, you know, guys that like worked in S2.
Yeah.
You know, or S1, which is like admin. He had like pack clerks in the S1 shop that were like badasses, dude. Like, you know, we had a freaking cook that went to SEER school. Like, you know, yeah, legit. Yeah, dude, we had we had medics that were like, you know, free fall, like Halo qualified jump masters and shit. Like, it's crazy. It was a great time to be alive, man. Anytime's a good time to be alive, I guess, but
Yeah.
it was a good time. It was a good time, man. There were some interesting folks back then. But yeah, anytime we'd get in like a real fight about anything, Winkler would win. Winkler was on another level, man, when it came to fighting. I must have fought Winkler. I bet I've been in like really, like for real fight. I have probably been in like at least a half a dozen like real fights with Winkler, and I have never ever like never even like touched him. Like just merciless. Just merciless, dude. And he doesn't look, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't look like he'd kill you, but he'll kill you. Like he does not look like a guy that would just be like an insanely good like fighter, but he is. He's remarkably, shockingly athletic. Like shockingly athletic. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen him do stuff that like, yeah, it boggles the mind for sure. All right, what other shit can we talk? Or are we done? Are we talking any more shit, chat, or are we calling it?
Show me them titties says in Alabama, my property taxes for the year would be what I pay every month in Illinois.
Dude, facts. As a fellow Illinoisan, let me tell you.
There's also no credit.
No?
So if there's no case, you know.
Yeah, we'll swap it. Dag nabbit. Dude, my property taxes, if I paid them, would be
Yeah.
if I paid them, which I don't. My property taxes would be almost $13,000
It's
a
nuts.
year. You pay like 13 grand a year, don't you? On your house?
Yep.
Yeah, it's dumb.
That's crazy. Crazy. Thank God Nick's a land baron.
Yeah.
Not much
Oh,
of a land baron.
Without all that rental income, man, Nick wouldn't be able to live. Can't.
What I can do is I can move to Wisconsin and I have like 5-10 minutes to drive here.
Yeah.
That's true.
Fair
You do
point.
live like, I mean,
I'm on the border.
how far
Yeah.
from Genoa City are you?
Oh, Genoa City?
Yeah. 20 minutes?
Like Geneva, like 25.
Yeah.
But like Wilmot and stuff,
Yeah.
yeah, Wilmot just
Yeah, that's true, because Wilmot's not that far.
it's on Johnsburg Road. Like Johnsburg
Yeah.
Road turns into Wilmot.
That's true.
So that's why
Wilmot Mountain.
Wilmot Mountain.
Mountain.
So like 10,
like-
maybe depending on how fast you want to go, maybe
It's not real
15.
mountain.
Yeah.
Not a real mountain. Sorry.
Yeah,
Big
little
hill.
10
Wilmot Mountain. Wilmot Large Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Illinois is, I believe, Illinois is the flattest state in the U.S.
Really?
So
Flatter than Kansas?
Flatter than Nebraska?
Flatter than Indiana?
look at flattest state in the U.S. I think Illinois is up.
Did you ever hear Josh's
Up.
rant about how, like, because, when he and Dana moved to Colorado,
Yeah.
Josh is like, we didn't even move to, like,
Oh,
Mountain, Colorado. He's like, we literally moved to, like, Nebraska, Colorado. It's got to be, like, Kansas.
How's California?
Florida is the
You
flat.
could, like, see
Florida is
it,
the
like,
flattest?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That makes sense.
like,
Makes
nuts.
The least flat is California, Washington, and Utah.
California, Washington. Washington is crazy, dude. Washington's got, like,
Dude,
high
Washington
altitude
has-
lakes. Washington's got high altitude lakes that are cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the top 10 flattest states? Illinois is second to Florida.
No way.
Are we the second flattest state?
Yeah.
Really?
Who we broke? Nothing but corn, dude. Nothing but flat cornfields. I thought Iowa would be like.
I thought we'd be like not as flat as like
Well, it's
Kansas
crazy.
or
No, when you
Nebraska.
get close, when you get
Nebraska's
close,
boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing to look at.
I had a friend that lived in.
yeah, I never hear about anyone talk about Nebraska or like Oklahoma.
Nebraska's 19.
Dude, I was
Well, they have,
friends.
like, Mesas.
Yes.
But when you go far west Illinois, you start getting some cliffside, like right on the border. By like Galena and stuff, you'll get some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Galena is not a fucking flat area.
Dude, there's a girl I met in airborne school in the army that I said it wasn't like that. She's married, not to me, someone else. Never had that kind of relationship. But we were in airborne school together, and we just like stayed in touch, and because she got stationed at Fort Benning too, and then like we used to hang out.
Yeah.
She had her husband was in the army too. He was in 3rd ID, so he was stationed at Benning, and we just anyway. She got divorced and then remarried and whatever. But like she was from Nebraska, and I was friends with this girl for, let's see, we're still friends. We probably talk like once a year. We text, you know what I mean? We text like a couple times a year. We'll Facebook comment on each other's stuff sometimes or whatever. But I was friends with this girl for 20 years probably. And like I knew she was from Nebraska and whatever else.
Yeah.
And then she calls me one day. Her dad had passed away, and she wanted to get in touch with an attorney, and she wanted to know like, did I know an attorney? Blah blah blah. For some reason, I'm the person that everyone asks that type of shit. And yeah, so I needed this girl for 20 years. had no idea that like her family owns like 25,000 acres of land or something something insane. I forget the number,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's an insane amount of land in Nebraska. That was like her grandpa's and then her dad's and whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I knew this girl for like 20 years. And she was the whole time. She was some kind of like Nebraskan Kennedy or some shit. And and I had no clue. No clue. You know, like, I mean, yeah. And this is like, dude, we used to hang out with like this girl and her husband. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, for 20 years, I was friends with this girl. Never knew. And then her dad passes away, and it turns out that she owns like some outrageous amount of land. Like, it was an insane. I forget the actual number.
Yeah.
But it was an insane. It was over 20,000 acres. I'm pretty sure. Like, it was bonkers. I mean, it was millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of property. And I'm like, and I, yeah, oh yeah. And I was like, I've known you for 20 years and like this never came up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that you're like a land baron. Like, like what the hell? Anyway.
Crazy.
Yeah, they sold it all.
Wow.
Yeah, because she's like, I want to be a farmer. So she and her husband, she married the guy she was married to when we were in the army. They got divorced. And now she's married again, remarried, to a guy named Bryce, who I've met once. Seems cool. But he's like some kind of like financial guy or whatever. And they weren't married yet when this went down with like her dad or whatever. But he's like he's some I don't know. They got money, dude. They go to the Super Bowl every year and shit.
Wow.
Like, yeah. They go to the Super Bowl every year and like they live out in Denver. Like but not in the city. They live in like bougie Denver. What is it, like Breckenridge or some shit? Like,
Okay.
Whatever. I don't know. You know.
There's lots of bougie.
Bougie Mountain, Colorado.
Yeah.
They live in. Because you know, like she had money, which I never knew, and then she married a guy that he had money, and now they got like stupid money, and she has one daughter, and he doesn't have any kids, so now their daughter is gonna be like super duper loaded, and her daughter's like Erica's age.
Okay.
So when Erica was a baby, and ironically her daughter's name is Siri, which was before Apple. He chose Siri as the, you know, so her daughter Siri and Erica would like hang out when they were like babies, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah, I just thought it was weird. Like, you know somebody for like 20 years and you never know that they're like rich as shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that it never.
yeah, it never came up. Never came up.
Even naturally.
I mean, like, I knew that like her dad was like a farmer
Yeah.
and whatever, you know. But I didn't know that he was like, you know, a crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Are we good?
Yep, we're good.
Talking all that shit.
All right, everybody. We'll
All
be
right.
live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Time with Camelot's Build.
All right.
We'll catch you later.
Bye.